Hey guys! So, finally got it all set up. You're gonna see the reflection of the paper right there, but that's because that's my bills. It's a whole stack, so I just leave it on the dash for now. I'll probably find some way to build a pocket, because those get pretty thick. It's a whole like paper envelope. And it's probably like, I don't know, 30 to, it's anywhere from 30 to like 60 pages depending on the week. Like last week I had a one stop that likes to have each product in each box PO listed on the paperwork. So it was like 18 pages by itself, and for that stop that's also on the low end, I've had up to 43 for that one stop. Yeah. Don't mind what some people on this channel call the bullet hole in the windshield. That's just the rock that pretty much this windshield ate. The first year, I think it was like really the second month I had this truck, third month. There's a new one right above it. You can't really see it. But I'm gonna start doing my videos differently now. I'm not really gonna do the week-to-week shit anymore. Well, I am, but I'm not gonna do it for the trips, the loads. I'll probably end up doing once a month with that. That way I can give you average rate for the month, deadhead, the fuel cost, and expenses. Even though like the fuel's gonna be pretty much consistent, the insurance is gonna be pretty much consistent. Still not gonna name what I do and who I run for with this customer. Just and I probably won't even if I do the month-to-month stuff, I probably won't even talk about the stops either. I'll just give you total mileage, because it's all the same customers at this point. You guys have been around long enough to know pretty much where I go and kind of what days. But took a couple weeks off for Christmas and spent $7 grand on the truck in the shop. So let's talk about that a little bit. Where's the warehouse at? Oh, and I'm currently in Montana, so in case you guys want to know where I'm at. Just went through Livingston, a little windy, but I started recording, so I thought I was gonna have to go detour through Livingston, but I guess not. All right, so $7 grand. What was that on? Well, about start of November, knock sensor went out, the inlet knock sensor, and I was like, I am pretty familiar with how these knock sensors work. Shouldn't be a problem. Truck, I just got to keep an eye on if the soot's going up and down. Can it regen? And could it finish regen, especially? Which I generally do a manual regen once a month anyways. I force it to happen with my tool. You don't have to, but it's something I just do in practice. And pretty much made it all the way to Christmas, no problem. I also did a diesel force cleaning, and that was $1,100. I'm pretty much sure with diesel force cleaning, but diesel force cleaning, $1,100. That comes with an oil change. And diesel force cleaning, the best way to explain it, they hook into a truck up underneath the hood, on the engine side and before the turbo, and shoot. Well, it looks like toothpaste, but it's really like dense foam, and it pretty much cleans things out with abrasion. So, and it gets ran through the top of the block of the engine, and through the exhaust. Also goes through the EGR. So, like I said, it hooked in multiple directions and goes. It's a flush. I charged it out because I was like, you know what? EGR cooler has been a problem where I was starting to get some pretty bad backfeed of exhaust through the coolant tank. And I was like, I'm going to try this, because my logic was if $1,100 fixes it and it's not actually cracked, it's just plugged, cool. If not, because $1,100 is less cheaper than $2,000 plus whatever the labor is to install it. So, and I was getting off and on EGR flow code anyways. Been doing that for like a year or so, which should have taken care of that, but that's my doing. Part of that was I'm still learning, you know. So that also involved they would give you an oil change afterwards, because they do put an additive in oil before that happens. And so I got a PM done, which not exactly happy about how the PM happened, because I asked for 540 T6. They said they're going to order it, and they put Valvoline 1540 in. So not a fan, especially where I'm running time of year. I generally do 540 year round. I like that as a sweet spot, because you get the heat benefits, but also get the thinner oil for fuel efficiency in cold weather. So whatever. I mean, I'll get new oil here probably by March, so it's not that big of a deal. I'll just work with it. But so that was $800 for the PM. NOx sensors, I went OEM. I don't fuck around the emissions. I don't. So OEM, $2,500. The inlet was about $1,000. The outlet was about $800. And then they charged like 4 hours labor. Also ordered my heated mirrors, by the way, my new mirrors. I finally got them. When I got this truck, the heated mirrors didn't work about a third of what they should. And I just kept having shit happen last year. When I say last year, I mean pretty much 23 winter. No, 24 winter. So they just kept getting put off, especially since Volvo wanted fucking $1,500 I think on average for them, and I was not going to pay that for fucking mirrors. So some of it took some time looking for a good, reliable aftermarket, and I ended up finding the Mighty. Mighty had these mirrors. I know they don't make them, but they had them. I think they're Ottomans, Germans. I'm trying to remember who the actual manufacturer is. But they had them on Amazon for the pair for like $390, $370, something like that. When pretty much separately, everywhere else I was finding was going to be for the same thing. It was going to be a total like $570. And well, no problems. I've already had to use a heated function plenty of times. It's amazing. I forgot how nice heated mirrors are. Because I would tell you, man, when before I could spray Windex on the mirrors in like half an inch and an inch all around the mirror, which like be ice. It just instantly ice up. And I don't know, they were just old. If it rained, I was really had to be careful. Just period. I would not be able to see very well if it was consistent rain. Now it's not a problem. They had to drill out. I don't know if they drilled on the right door. I didn't really look, but they had to drill out 2 bolts on the left door. And so I only got 1 bolt in the door, but whatever. Oh, speaking of the diesel force cleaning, I was nice about it. I forgot to mention this. Is it will find if you have a leak, like a loose clamp, it will find it. So I had a clamp that was barely loose that I had also asked a couple shops to check the clamps out. Because remember, if you guys been paying attention, remember I kept saying my truck is fuck gutless. It even empty going to pill sucks. Going to lookout, for example, it was going to lookout. It doesn't matter the weight. It's inconsistent. It'd be anywhere from 28 miles an hour to like 35. Well, I just climbed lookout with this load at 32 very consistently all the way up, which is still fucking gutless. But it was at least consistent about it. So they found loose clamps. They found 2. And they tightened them up for free. They didn't even charge, which I thought, they didn't have to do, because they could have easily done like a half-hour labor or whatever. So that was nice. Shop wasn't perfect. I don't expect the shop to be perfect. There's a shop I use in Boise to set a standard that I need to really figure out a way to give them more money from out of my pocket, because I mean, the things they do, for example, when like they'll put a plastic cover on the steering wheel, they'll put a paper thing beneath their pedals, they'll put a plastic cover over your seat. I don't know about you guys, nothing fucking drives me more bonkers when I go to the shop and I get back in my truck and I have to immediately start scrubbing it, because greasy hands everywhere. Like, fucking blows my mind. But I will get the shop credit over there at, you know, well, out east where I had the truck off, or getting work done, I mean. So for those who know, I've been using the space heater in this truck, because there's always something, and usually, like, there's something when I tackle the bunk heater, because I need to take it out, pretty much replace all the, like, you know, the fucking screen inside it, the glow plug, it's all cheap shit. I just need fucking time. And somehow I just never could have the fucking time to get to it. Especially, I'm not going to do that in the winter. I have to do that when it's warm, because I have to be able to use my fingers. It's a lot of dexterity shit. I already have problems with dexterity in my right hand on my third finger and pinky finger. I have a thing called trigger fingers that I'll have to end up getting fixed at some point. So my fingers lock up. The difference between that and carpal tunnel: trigger finger's tendon, carpal tunnel's nerve. My fingers those two fingers naturally want to stay curved. So the tendons just need to be fixed, and it's a cheap repair, just need time. So that's another reason why I need it where it's warm, because my fingers don't suffer as much during when it's warm. When it's cold, it fucking sucks. They don't want to move. I've been woken up a couple times and they're locked up. It hurts, especially because I have to literally pry them open. It is what it is. But that's the reason why the bunk heater somehow keeps getting put off, and then, you know, little shit happening, or I don't know. I'll end up doing it now, especially since it seems like I'm gonna have a lot more free time this summer. Granted, I have to spend a lot of money this summer coming up, but whatever. But I've been using the space heater, and which works amazing. It even on low, this truck is toasty. It struggles a little bit when it's negative, but like so does the bunk heater. So, because if it's negative outside and it's windy, the heat gets sucked out of this truck very easily. But all right, so originally the bunk heater never worked. So and that blows cold air. So now I know for sure that I just gotta fix the shit inside the bunk heater. But so I bought a new fuel pump for it. And it now blows cold air, so fuel pump was the original problem. However, though, like I said, I'm still learning. Those little screw clamps, I didn't know they're one-time use. Never really had to use them, so I never realized they're one-time to use. So I loosened the clamp on the bunk heater fuel pump, and was going to just reuse it when I put the new fuel pump on, right? Silly me not realizing it was one-time use. Like I said, never had to use them, so now I know. I just kind of let it somebody had tried to fix it before, you could tell. So it had a big hose over the little original hose, and then was going back onto a big hose, and it was clamped down like that, right? Instead of just fucking fixing the line, it was dumb. So when I took the clamp off, put the pump on, I just kind of put it onto I put the big hose onto the little hose and just didn't have clamps. I just let it sit there, right? Let gravity work. It should work. It technically worked, right? I don't know if it was stayed there the whole time, but it worked. Well, the shop noticed it, and I didn't say anything about a bunk heater. I didn't say anything about a fuel pump. I didn't say shit about it. But while I guess they're waiting on parts, he replaced the hose for me. He replaced the clamps. It's now secure. And matter of fact, he even pretty much, I know he went and said, why was this guy working on his fuel pump? Why, is there something wrong with the bunk heater? Because I didn't tell him that. I get in the truck and things are moved in the side box. The bed's been messed up. Which, nothing I told him about the truck involved the bed. So he had obviously went and gone to see if it's something that's a quick fix for the bunk heater. Which I'll give him props. They didn't charge me for that at all. So that guy must have been bored waiting on parts. Like, I got nothing else to do. Let's go see what the hell this guy was wrong with his bunk heater. Which, cool, appreciate it. Again, though, it's one of those love-hate things, because now, like, he made the inside of the truck dirty. I'm like, God damn it, whatever. Well, also the fact he had to empty out my side box and put everything back in there. So, and I didn't notice, like, I picked the truck up because I didn't drop the truck off aside any rear sleeper work, so I didn't think, oh, I should check the sleeper box, side box, you know. So I went to about 20 minutes away to get fuel. Opened my side box like I always do every fuel because that's where my additives are. And I was like, oh, where's my grease gun? Where's my $250 grease gun? And that's when I walked around the truck. Because my first thought, I'm a little fucked up sometimes. It's like, they fucking stole my grease gun. Like, straight up malicious, right? And once I walked around to the other side, and I was like, oh, now I understand what happened. And I called the shop up, and they apologized heavily, right? And it was there waiting for me. As soon as I got there, the guy came up and like, man, I'm sorry. I took it out to look at your bunk heater. I just forgot to put it in. So, you know what? I'm not upset. After I realized what happened, like, I calmed myself down within 30 seconds, and I was like, okay, fair enough. See, am I forgetting anything? So, mirror, diesel force cleaning, PM, knock sensors, mirror. Yep, that's it. However, though, I don't know if you guys can hear it over the mic. Besides the vibration, I don't know what the fuck that is. That's developed over time since I had this truck. I didn't used to do this going uphill. But, like, even the pack cars do this. This is what Kenworth does. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So, it is what it is, I guess. But, I don't know if you guys heard the fan at all. My fan clutch is bad. That happened pretty much right when I picked the truck up. And that shop had already worked magic to squeeze me in around Christmas because they weren't too sure. So they worked on this truck like 3 different times all around Christmas. They put it in, got some stuff done. Oh, I forgot APU. Okay. So I checked it when I dropped the truck off. I told them the APU belt I need to check an advise on it. And it started squealing again. After like a couple months, 3 months, going to the fall. So pretty much started Q4, it started squealing. And they checked on it. Good thing. The air filter housing, the cap had fallen off and fell on the exhaust, which you can't see that from the front. It is behind shit, and like you cannot see the air filter housing at all from the front until you take panels off. And my APU is underneath the truck, so that's a lot easier said than done. But also, I never would have thought to check for a cap on the exhaust, which I don't know if it was touching. When I picked the truck up, I have a brand new air filter housing now on the APU. However, the belt squealed the first time, like the second night or whatever, but it hadn't squealed since. So I don't know. It sounds like squealed a lot less now. Before, it's pretty much squeal on every fire up. When I dropped the truck off, it started like slowly getting worse and worse and worse. It's squealing for longer. So I don't know. We'll find out in a few months if it actually was the issue. Either way, I'm gonna probably have Thermo King just check things out on the APU, pay an hour of labor, and before the summertime, you know, when it starts getting warm, or probably spring. And go from there. Wouldn't surprise me, I need a new belt. But fan clutch is bad. So thank God my fan clutch is electronic. I have electric, I mean. So my Volvo has 3 clutches. One air, one hybrid, I guess, and mine's fully electric. So, which is nice for fail safes. Like I don't have to worry about air leak causing issues. I just have to worry about literally one plug and the clutch. That's it. That's nothing else. And it went out about 663,000 miles. So not bad for original clutch. It's expensive fucking clutch, $1,800. Yeah, $1,800 for fucking clutch. Air would have been about $600. And it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours labor to yank that fucker out and put the new one in. So $2,000. That'll be done in Boise here relatively shortly, just waiting on parts to show up. I guess there's a couple weeks out. My fan just runs at 100% speed now. Not necessarily good, but all I really got to do, I don't have to worry about it stopping. See, what's nice about that? It won't stop. It's the fail-safe, it'll just run now. I have to keep an eye on the belts, and pretty much anything the serpentine belt touches. I just got to keep an eye on that. So, truck does better when it's warmer. Because, I mean, that thing will cool this truck down very fast going down a hill. Because when the jig's on, that fan kicks on, this temperature wants to plummet. I went down cab age, for example, like at a slower speed I normally would do. All I've done is adjust myself a little bit in my driving, not put so much load on the engine. So going down cabs around 40, 45, kept it about 163. So, which is cold technically. I mean, 160 is like the operating temp. It's cold, but it ain't dangerous to the motor, right? I have a feeling though that thing is sucking quite a bit of power for my MPG, so I can't put it off too much longer. But there's always fucking something with this truck, always something. But since I'm gonna have to replace the fan clutch, I've had a thermostat in this truck in case I needed it. Bought that thing. When did I buy it? Last year, some point. I want to say May. It was like a $60 part. Just been sitting here. Gonna have that done at the same time. Because might as well. And I'll probably think about preemptively replacing the water pump too. Between now and the summer. I'll expect that to go at any time now. Which there's probably gonna be about $20,000 being spent on this truck in the summertime, and I'll explain that here shortly. And I've saved myself $300. Volvo wants $600 for transmission fluid for 5 gallons. Amazon had $300. I even made sure to double check myself by asking a shop that specializes on Volvos that did the truck, all the work in the truck in June, the shocks, the airbags, the drag link bushings, all that stuff, which I don't know if I talked about, but there was like $3,000 of work, $3,500 of work, something like that. And I'll end up making a video when the truck's paid off about how much money I spent on this truck by the time it's paid off. But that'll be later. But I had $300 to Amazon. I had to ship to her mom's house where we're over there. Took 2 weeks, so that's the reason why. It was out of stock for like 4 months. So, and I don't know, me pinching pennies over $300. Just I don't necessarily agree that's the right attitude, but whatever. I have that, and I've had the transmission filter in my truck also since last year, around the same time I bought the thermostat. So. Now, all that's about $3,000. I already got a quote, which is it's $2,800, so including taxes. So, and that's using my shop in Boise. That is more than fair, very reasonable. Their quotes or estimates are usually very accurate. Unless a problem, like a surprise, shows up. I'm gonna have to make a decision now. Do I use? It's okay. I don't think my shops in my town are an average of $2 to $2.15 an hour for labor. The shop in Boise is $160. The shop over in Kenosha area is like $170 an hour. And that doesn't sound like much, $30, $50, but when they're doing 10, 20, 30 hours of labor, that is huge. So the fuel cost alone is already you're already saving so much money anyways. It's just the fuel cost alone by going over there, even if it's round trip. So I had to decide what I want to do. Okay, so this summer, around the time the truck's paid up, my current plan is to work 6 months of making straight 6 months of income, right? So January doesn't count. Also get the truck paid off. Probably take advantage of the fact that March and June are 5 weeks. Take advantage of those. Make that extra money. Go home for like 4 weeks to 6 weeks in July, and get the clutch job, new flywheel, replace the timing. So remember, I've had the oil seepage problem in the back of the engine. It's not a problem for half. It's not a problem. Doesn't leak oil for half the year because it's warm and it's the seals, they're worn out, so the seals soften right back up, sit in place. Don't worry about it. Lose no oil at all when it's hot. So that's why I put it off, because I was like, I'll do that when I drop the transmission. I have to drop the transmission to do all that work anyways, so I don't want to do it twice. It's 8 hours of labor just for the transmission to drop and put it back up. Like I said, that labor rate really starts adding up. So that'd be drop transmission. I'll have them pop it open, look at the gears, see the health of it. Then I'm also gonna put a brand new clutch, brand new flywheel, rear main seal, both timing seals, timing gaskets. They're a known leaking problem, known problem. They go up pretty early on the Volvos. $1,500 for both those seals, by the way. The transmission, the clutch, flywheel, $6,500 by itself. The seal, that's like a 5-second job. It's easy. And the part's like a $30 seal. We're already looking close to like, let's see, 65, 75, 8. Already at 8 with those. What's nice with the shop in Kenosha, I don't pay taxes on the work. So I'm tax exempt. So I might take advantage. I might just fucking put a hitch on the truck and pull the car all the way over there and just do it that way, you know. Drop it off, be like, I'll pick it up in a couple weeks, pick it up later, like 2-3 weeks, whatever. Do that. Gonna do an overhead. I'm gonna probably put a brand new fifth wheel on, because this one's a little worn out. I'll probably end up replacing the cap bushings and the trans bushings and the bushing in the front, and at least all these springs bushings. It's probably gonna be close to 15 grand of work. But this truck is almost it's so close to being good spot. So close. And then, you know, that's pretty much gonna be. Wow, my phone really just dimmed. That's gonna be pretty much it for, unless something sneaks up, but I don't foresee it. The truck's showing no signs of anything. Oh, I'll probably get a new DPF filter. I think I was a little late on the cleaning. So baseline seems to be 50% now. It does. So I will say the cleaning, I don't know if it was the cleaning that worked or the knock sensors were going bad before they started throwing codes. Because before, with the EGR being plugged and all that, my soot pretty much stayed at like 50 to 60%. Pretty consistent, didn't really move much. It barely moved at all day to day. But now it is up and down very quickly. Thursday and Friday did a lot of idling, which shame on me, but I wasn't really sleeping a lot, and it was sleep a couple hours here, go to the warehouse. I didn't feel like turning the truck off and on, warming it up just for taking a nap a couple hours, you know, at a time. But I got up to 84% when I left the Kent area, and just from Kent all the way into Missoula, I got to 63% on the soot, and now it's just going up and down again, you know. But like I said, so it's going down much faster. I don't know. I'll probably end up getting a new EGR cooler anyways on the truck due this summer. So it's probably like 15, 18 grand if I had to really ballpark it. So that could be over 20 grand, depending on, because I'm gonna have to do a pressure test too on the truck, or no, not pressure test, clear fuel line test to see if I need injectors. So But I'm also going to get an overhead, so they'll get a really good look at the injectors either way. Either way, they're going to get a real good look. If I don't need injectors this summer, I'm almost guaranteed to need them within a year after that. So, and that's about $5-6 grand, if I remember right. So, but I also plan on putting an air dog on this truck too, and I could technically do that myself, but the shop quoted me $2 grand. The shop in Kenosha. Well, I am leaning Kenosha because that guy specializes in Volvos. Oh, he works on, and he's highly recommended all the time. The group that I am part of for the Volvo. So I will probably just go there. I actually trust his work based on the one time I went there. It's gonna be interesting. Now, I have to decide though, after all that, how much money I really want to put in this truck. Because if I'm planning on just keeping this truck and then multiple rebuilds, multiple crate motors, you know, after a couple rebuilds, I put a new crate motor in, reman motor. I'm probably gonna just start working on cosmetics too. So meaning replace my fairings, or my cab extenders, I mean. Get the air dams back on, because I ripped them off because they're old and falling off anyways, but get new ones because those are all cracked apart anyways. The brackets are this fiberglass, they just wear out over time, right? Especially when the shit, I don't know, I got it and they had some cracks on the inside anyways. That's the reason why I tore the air dams off, because they were flexing too much and the air dam was getting ripped off more and more and more. Then I got to do the bumper, which that's going to be a bumper replacement. That's not going to be OEM. Look, my visor. Do I care about paint now though? Because my visor's starting to like paint apart, which will eventually become a real problem. With like, so if I worry about cosmetics, do I do all of it? Because like what's nice is like for example, I can get all those like cab extenders back there, both sides, all up and down, the full set for about $1 grand. May or may not have the correct paint. Because what happens is, so I know of a company, a big chain. I'm not going to say it because they don't exactly have a lot of parts. What they do is they buy wrecked trucks, salvage trucks, auction trucks, and they take them apart. They'll rebuild the motors if they need them and sell them. They are also big enough that the warranty actually is good. They'll, like for example, they'll take a wrecked motor out of the truck. If it needs a new turbo, they'll put it on, and then you get a 300,000 mile truck or engine with a brand new turbo, whatever else that a major component needed to be an actual working motor, and then sell it for like 20 grand or 15 grand, depending on the mileage. Sometimes less. I've seen them down to 10. The reman ones are with full warranty. Where they've been completely rebuilt are about 28. So I am leaning towards doing cosmetics at this point with how much money I am already dumping into the truck. Might as well just get it taken care of. But that also means now they'll go into the insides, new steering wheel, new seat. And this is over the next couple years, by the way. So first mechanical stuff, and then more of the luxury stuff. However, like the seat is definitely not waiting 2 years. The steering wheel, maybe. Nothing wrong with the steering wheel. It's leather, and it's starting to get really worn out, and it's starting to like get gross very easily. And I have a hard time keeping it clean because it's grabbing all the material. So, just grab a new steering wheel. I wonder though the new Volvo steering wheel would work on this. If it does, I might just grab the brand new Volvo steering wheel, the new gen steering wheel, because I like that layout. And it has all the same buttons, so I'll have to go see if that could technically work. I don't see why not. I mean, different button layout, but same buttons, so I don't see why not. Might have to do some wire changes, but like I said, there's some cosmetics. But honestly, do I plan on buying another truck? Speaking of that, yeah, I am probably focusing on this summer, going into end of the year, getting my own trailer. I need to get an asset, and like I need to get another asset. But then the year 26, do I buy another truck? Yeah, I'm leaning Volvo number 1, and then Peterbilt with a Cummins number 2. But that International, the S13, also I'm hearing great things about it, so I might go International S13, which is the Scania powertrain. But you guys might fucking fall over though when you hear I probably spent more money so far. I haven't done the math yet because I don't really want to know. I'm trying to keep it a surprise to myself. But I have probably spent about the same amount of money I paid for this truck. We gotta be getting close. It will definitely be close when I do the transmission work. And I'll probably count the transmission work as work done by the time it's paid off, because it's gonna need it before then. It's good. But I also don't it doesn't need it right now. Who knows? I may have to put a reman transmission in this too, which I'm thinking about. Which could come with a brand new clutch and flywheel, so, and new electronics. So it is what it is, though. We're gonna see what video will be next week, and I'm gonna try to make top videos posting on topics. That way it's a lot easier when real world stuff happens, current events, you know, that I can just pop this phone in, plug this cable in, and just make a video while my thoughts are fresh about it. But anyways, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.